Welcome to using projects to track activities. My name's Bill Jackson. PubWorks support's available Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Give us a call or drop us an email. We'll be glad to help. As you know, PubWorks records work performed by crews or individuals at a location. But sometimes you may run into an instance where it may be necessary to record work performed at single or multiple locations over a period of time. A good example of this would be performing work on a road that has been damaged severely. This may require several days or even weeks to address. PubWorks can help you keep your information organized using projects. Think of projects as a container or bucket to hold all your related activities associated with one or more locations. Projects provide a good way to organize your data while providing convenient cost reporting options. You can create dozens of activities to address an issue, but by adding them to your project, you can simplify tracking and reporting for the many activities associated with the repairs. The nice thing about PubWorks projects is that you can perform work at multiple locations in different time frames while generating cost information by project. For example, say you have a flooding event that damages 2 roads. Using projects in PubWorks allows you to track the total cost of repairing both roads. This means the cost of all activities required to perform the repairs at both locations can be obtained in a single report. For this exercise, we will create a fictitious flooding event, a project type, and associate an activity with the project. I will then show you the most common reports used to generate cost information by project. So, let's take a look. Project information can be located in the main PubWorks program menu. Go to PubWorks Data, go to Category Data, and then to Project Types. Now, project types are not necessary. You do not have to have a project type, but in the case of having a very large project, like maybe a FEMA event of some sort, it can really help so that you can track your costs more accurately, or easily, I should say. So here, I'm going to put, for a project type, I'm just going to put FLD for flooding. I'm going to call it flooding, and I'm going to make sure that the particular checkbox is active. It looks good. I'm going to say save. So now I save that, and as you can see, I have flood as flooding for project type. So now let's go make a project. PubWorks Data, Projects. You bring up the project dialog box. What I like to do is hit the project list view and look through the list of projects that are currently in the system and make sure there is nothing that could pertain to this situation. I'm looking through here and I do not see a flooding project anywhere. While we're here, I do want to make you aware that using projects is very useful, especially when it comes to a FEMA related incident where you have to apply for FEMA reimbursements. So I highly recommend that. If you need help setting up a project for a FEMA event, please feel free to give us a call. In this particular case, we're just going to keep it simple and do a regular event. So I'm going back, I'm going to create a project. I hit add, come in here, project number. I'm going to put FLD 2014 because I'm referring to flood 2014. I'm going to come over here, flood 2014, and I'm going to put activities. Alright, and I actually might even capitalize that A just to make it a little easier to read. Now I'm going to put all activities for flooding project in 2014. Now, why did I take the time to go ahead and write that out since it says project name up there? Well, perhaps you're not the only one working on this, and they should be able to go in here. Any employee should be able to go to the screen and look at the project description and understand just what this is for. So, as we keep going here, now you can stop here and save it. Now the thing is you can do that, but I'm going to go ahead and add a project type. Now, do remember, project types are not required, but I do recommend them for the larger projects. So I'm going to go ahead and add one just so you've seen it added. So there is our project that we made. Let's see here. We've got flooding right there. That's the one I just made a minute ago. Now, we also have additional options. You can fill out your priority, your paving, etc. like that. We'll leave that up to you how far you want to granulate your data. But I want to make you aware of right here we have estimated cost. So in the estimated cost box, I'm just going to say that this project may cost $75,000 as far as my estimate goes. So we could also go ahead and fill out a desired start date and stuff, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to hit OK. And as you can see, PubWorks automatically starts generating information for you. All the blue fields, just like everywhere else in PubWorks, all the blue fields are calculated fields. If you see a blue field, don't try to enter data into those because PubWorks won't allow that. But as time goes by, you will see as activities are added, these balances are going to change. Now, cost to date so far, what I want to make you aware of, there is no cost associated with this, so currently we are $75,000 under budget. The record is active and we are ready to use this project. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go to a daily activity. Again, PubWorks data, daily activity. So we have our daily activity screen up. We're going to add a new one. We're going to select an employee. Then we're going to come down, we're going to select a location. I'm just going to say it's Babbitt Lane. I'm going to say that the task code is, I think we have an inspection in here. Right there, inspections. And I'm just going to say it was 1 for the task unit since it's requiring that. I'm going to come up here and say I spent an hour doing the inspection. And we needed a piece of equipment to do that. So let's see, we've got the Crown Vic that we used for an hour as well. And everything looks good, so I am just going to save that activity right now. So we have the activity for an employee, we have a date, we have the labor type, we have the hours that were performed, we have the equipment hours that are recorded, we have a location, we have a task code. But what's different about this that we want to add this to our project? Well, we need to add the project to it. So we're going to hit Edit. We're going to come down here to Project Number or Project Name. I like the names better. So right here, I'm looking here, I have got Flood 2014 activity. So now I'm going to add that project to this activity, or vice versa, this activity to this project. So I'm going to save that now. So right now I've got project in here with this activity. So this work has been performed for this particular activity. So I'm going to move this over here. We're going to go back over to PubWorks data. We're going to go to projects. We're going to bring up the project screen right here. And then if I go to list view right here, make it super easy for us to find, there's our Flood 2014 project. I double click it. Now look, $18 in employee cost and $8 in equipment cost have been added to this project. So over here, the duration so far has been 1 day. The cost to date has been $26, and right now we are $74,974 under budget. So as you can see, PubWorks automatically calculates your balance for your under budget cost, and it makes it super easy to make the quick glance, so to speak, if you want to look at the information and know where you at with that project at a certain time. So you can just open PubWorks up and look in here and you can see, well, gee, okay, maybe I'm approaching my $74,000 limit, so maybe you may have to be a little bit more frugal or maybe get some more money in that. So anyway, I just want to make sure that you're aware that this is available for you. Now, reporting options. Let's take a look at reportings. Now, this project, we can bring up this project, and as this pulls up this project report, this is basically just a quick overview of the project. So you've got the project name, you've got the project number, you even have the project type over here. You've got the estimated cost showing up on this report, and as you can see, cost to date is $26. description, all activities in flooding project in 2014. So it makes it pretty easy to understand what that is, and that's just at a glance for that project. Now, let's look at the project cost reports. Now, project cost reports, I'll get rid of a couple of these to make this a little easier to see. The project cost reports are great. They give you lots of information at your fingertips, but a couple of them that are extremely useful are the comprehensive detail and the comprehensive summary reports right here. These are the two most widely used ones. You can also do by task, location, etc. But let's go ahead and run one of these comprehensive summaries. So we've got the comprehensive summary selected. We're going to actually select a project to run this on. So let's look at the flood 2014 activities. So this is where I was talking about earlier that if you have a FEMA event, you can actually run that using the FEMA rates in the system. Well, right now we're just going to have a regular project going on here, and it's not a FEMA project, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. I've got my location. I'm selected all right here, and basically I'm just going to run it right now. And so right now, there again, at our fingertips, we've got right here the cost of what the equipment, the labor was, the total cost right now, remaining funds, estimated cost for the project. Now, the nice thing about that is this can really help you keep track of your cost situation. So we've got that. Now let's do one more thing. I want to just show you. I'm going to add one more activity to this. So let's go daily activity. I'm going to add another activity. We're just going to assign a random person to it right here. I'm going to go ahead and add a different location because I just want to make sure that you all know that you can have different locations here. We're going to look up that inspection again. Alright, so he's got to go out and do the inspection. And so we're going to say he had to have a car. Oh, it'd be nice if he went out and used a Caterpillar. We're going to say he used a Chevy 1500 for this. And we're going to say put in one right there. So let me put in one for the hours too. And so then again, we can save it and come back and add the project to it. But I'm going to go ahead and add that project right now. Flood 2014. I'm going to save that right there. So I'm going to close this. We're going to go back to the projects again. So PubWorks data. We're going to come back to projects. We're going to look at our project list view. We're going to pull up our flooding event. Now we've got our flooding event. We're taking a look at this. And look at this, the cost has changed. So we're up to $26 an employee and $22 there, $48 cost to date, and it has been deducted under budget. And it's that easy. So if you have any questions or you need any help, please feel free to give us a call and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching.